Okay. Let's go into it right about now. Everything load in. Perfect. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. Everything's good. I'm just making sure. Everything looks fine. Everything seems to be in order. Perfect. Just gotta make this arm bigger. He's a hefty gentleman, so we gotta give him his big old arms, his big old dad muscles. There's two types of dad bod. You got dad bod, and then you got dad brawn. And that's the kind of physique we're working with here. Because apparently, I know how to draw characters that are very appealing. In that regard, in the fatherly sort of way. Characters that have multiple times, for multiple of my viewers, cause them to say, I would let him top me. And that's just a real thing people say about the characters I draw sometimes. And I don't know when this started happening. When I gained this ability. But I do have it now. In me. It's been a very surprising confidence booster, that those comments. I didn't expect it to be. I didn't expect to receive them. It's like if someone compliments your shirt out of nowhere. Oh, thank you. Yes, I did choose to put this on today, and it does match the rest of my outfit very well. And my eyes. Thank you for noticing. Now, seeing as I have hazel eyes, I have actually never color coordinated anything to my outfit with my eyes. Anything in an outfit to my eyes, I should say. I would just need a very dirty looking green, which at that point is just a brownish color anyway. I was trying to do some sort of more organic type look here, but I think if the smoother the top of his head is, the better we get the result anyway that I'm looking for. His hairstyle is not really one for lumps in it. Or an uneven surface, it just goes across the scalp smoothly, so I guess I'll keep that. This seems like we need a new one below here. Ouch. My elbow. Everyone, stop talking about the desk. It's fine. I'm gonna get a government refund on my taxes, and then it'll be fine. I'll get a new desk with the tax refund money. Doesn't that sound good? And that way, it's like I didn't even pay for it. It's like the government paid for it. And I think that'll make the desk purchasing process all the sweeter. I think that's just what I needed. to get over the mental hurdle of buying a disc. I needed to feel like I was punishing the United States government in some way, and I think that's my out. Is to just pretend that my tax refund is them paying for it, even though it is just money that I already earned that they forgot to give back for a while. They took too much, which is crazy that they can do that in an era where everything is tracked so accurately and digitally. I don't know how they take too much on accident. I'm starting to think it's not an accident. And they're just doing it to get loans from the people. TM. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just borrow your money for a little bit. Interest-free, of course. And tell you it was an accident and we'll give it back. That way it sounds great when you get like hundreds of dollars out of nowhere. They're probably inflating some hedge fund manager's books somewhere. This isn't tinfoil hat conspiracy. Hedge fund managers are everywhere. When it comes to government, you gotta watch out for them. They're like freaking roadside gum. You never realize you've been accosted by one until it's too late. They're on the bottom of your shoe all day. These hands turned out pretty good. I mess around with the pinky on this hand, but it seems alright. It's just a little exaggerated of a position. You can make this hand position. I just tried it, but it cramps up a little bit. But other than that, it's fine. You can have a very tense hand pose that looks like this. I've seen some crazier hand poses. You ever watch Naruto? Yeah, they kind of go nuts with it. You want to do one power in Naruto, you gotta play rock, paper, scissors, lizards, and Spock at the end there. I feel sad that I know that game exists. I don't know the rules of it, but even just knowing it's around is probably enough. Alright, let's give this man a properly sized face. I feel like his eyeballs are wildly up here. What's this fool look like staring at the camera again? I feel like I need to open up the reference page I got to remember. Yeah, alright, here he went. He's dead. He's dead, mean mugging the camera. Here he is. Looks pretty standard from what I've seen. Yeah, just this triangle. I used to pay attention to volume a bit more when it came to the nose. Let's see if we can do that. The bridge of the nose here was always very accounted for. See if we can maintain that. Where's your mustache, my dude? It looks like it's on multiple layers. That's fun for me. Why would I do that? There we go. So on another stream, the topic of Treasure Planet came up. The movie, you know, the best one of all time for Disney. And I will die on that hill. And I just gotta say, if you haven't seen Treasure Planet, you simply must. It is a 10 out of 10 movie. People are not willing to accept that sometimes. Like, surely that's a little extreme, Zotan. What do you mean a 10 out of 10? Maybe you mean more like an 8. No, I don't. And you can't convince me that I do. I'm tired of pretending it's not. It's a shame that it was murdered by Disney executives for the sake of 3D movies. I don't even remember which ones in particular. But Treasure Planet deserved all of the success that it got, and more. Not to mention, they got the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls to do the song, so I always confuse it, the main theme of that song, or that movie, with another song that they did. It's very confusing, but I try to stick with it. Animated movies like that, they always give me this feeling. It's just a general vibe of this passion project that like has a huge budget because it's by Disney or like some other company. But you can feel it almost feels like an independent project simply because of you can just tell that every element came together under close deliberation between a lot of very talented and passionate people. It was not done by committee. And the other movie that gives me vibes like Treasure Planet does is The Iron Giant. Of course, with that one, you got Brad Bird heading up the direction and some of the animation sequences, so it's like, of course, that's freaking gonna be crazy. That guy's a legend. Of Incredibles fame. Incredibles, too. Really, just anything that Brad Bird makes gives me that vibe of just, like, professionalism, but also independent, like an indie-level film's level of passion. And you know what? I think Incredibles 2 kind of lost it a little bit. I think we all know this. I think we all feel it. It felt more like it was done out of obligation than like Brad Bird wanted to do that. I'm sure he did, to an extent, but like, after that first one, after you nail it so hard, after you make like an actual 10 out of 10 movie, the first Incredibles movie, you're gonna try and hit that up again? I don't know, dude. Yeah, let's lower those eyebrows. Make him angry. Okay, let's hide these, and then we'll flip to see just how off these eyes actually are. Yeah, I felt it. I felt it. I haven't drawn a face just straight at the camera for a while. I think the eyebrow might not be helping, so let's try moving. Now you're on a different layer. Right. Right you are. No, I said get down there. I think the nose is a little askew. I think the jawline is also a bit off here. I really didn't map out the face this well on this panel. Very well on this panel. I kind of just went into it, winging it. That looks good. We'll keep that. I think the eyes were a little bit more aligned than I thought they were. I think the eyebrows and the face shape were just making it look a bit more asymmetrical than it even might have been. We can try moving the mouth over a bit also. I'm trying to strike a line. Try to walk the fine line, strike a balance. I'm combining all the idioms in my head before I say them today. Between exaggeration and realism, in terms of placement, you don't want the mouth to be on the side of the cheek. Oh, I found something that was funny on Reddit earlier today. Not earlier today, but earlier in general. In regards to how UV mapping, I believe it's called, is hard in 3D modeling. This is for Street Fighter 6. There's just a very peculiar little detail that most people don't even notice, but now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it, and you guys have to know. Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. I'm trying to see what the comments are justifying it as. Yeah, some people are absolutely insane. Some people are saying that, well, when I show you what's going on here, it'll all come together. Some people have the wildest excuses for as to why this happened, though. But what I'm specifically referring to is this. Not the black screen, the thing that's going to show up after the black screen. In Street Fighter 6, if you go into the online menu and hover over the online tab, and you look at the Ryu model used as the sort of placeholder image, you know, the image of the banner when you hover over the online tab, Ryu appears to have one of his nipples mapped onto his collarbone next to his shoulder. For some reason, this has occurred. And it's it's still in the game. Like, This post was made 7 months ago. I saw another post talking about this like from a week ago. They have not fixed Ryu's shoulder nipple. It is so bizarre. You can tell it's a nipple. Look, it's modeled the exact same way. It's got like the highlight around the center of the areola. Look at that. Sagat displaced it with the Revenge Tiger uppercut. I like this theory the most. But some other people are like, where is it? It's a crease between his shoulder and chest. Just looks a butt weird on that image. Deleted his account. Yeah, that's about the kind of person that you should be if you're making up excuses like that. Yeah, it's just a crease between his shoulder. No, it's not. That is very clearly the same model or texture as the nipple here. A crease between... When does your crease between your shoulder ever look like a hickey or a nipple on your shoulder? No, all of those images are illustrated. They're just done really well, but they're not the actual character models. I think the logical conclusion is it's just meant to be a bit of shoulder definition and not a nipple. You don't know they aren't 3D models trying to look like illustrations. Yeah, Capcom has done that many times before. They use the renders, they use the 3D models, and they paint over it. I don't know why how you can look at this and say this is not a 3D model. You can literally, it's like you can see it. You can see the polygons in the freaking thing here. Yeah, you can paint over a render to make it look more like an illustration, but this is very clearly a nipple rendered onto Ryu's shoulder. They just haven't fixed it because like it's not anybody's priority, I would imagine. Cupping therapy. Now that is another theory I enjoy. How do you even notice such a thing? Another fair question. A hickey from Sakura? Dude, get out of here. Gross. No. Why are you looking at Ryu's nipple? That's pretty sus. He has nice nips. A lot of fun discussion here. I sucked on it too hard. Don't you... Texture mapping issue. I think that is the real thing here. Past all of these hooligans. Is that 3D modeling and texture mapping is difficult. That's probably just the real answer. Back to this dumb thing I'm doing. This ridiculous thing you're trying to do. This hotel, I want to help you run it. Sorry, I'm quoting the pilot again. Because it is the best version of the series so far. Sorry to say. I don't know how much we should blend the overlay, the falling of the fabric with that here. I think this is a good balance here, maybe. I don't want to change this shape, though. Always draw on tangents, cannot escape them. Always going on tangents too, cannot escape them. You guys might be disturbed to know that I was recently exposed to the Dungeons and Dragons movie. The new one? No, I saw that ages ago. That's not important. What we're talking about now is I was exposed recently to the Dungeons and Dragons movie from the year 2000, featuring none other than a couple characters who might not be, you might not expect this, but in the original Dungeons and Dragons movie from the year 2000, something that I can only refer to as schlock, having seen it now. The people appearing in that film are none other than one Jeremy Irons, like a well-respected actor, and Marlon Wayans. These two are both in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and Marlon Wayans, you would think, oh, so he's gonna like, is he actually transformative, or no. He's just being the character he plays in every other movie, in a Dungeons and Dragons movie. And you know what the sad thing is? He's the best part of the film. Him just being, like, imagine Marlon Wayans in White Chicks, and then just drop that character into Dungeons and Dragons. It just happens. A little less racially charged than White Chicks, but few things are as racially involved as White Chicks the movie. Guess he gets a horrible death out of nowhere. Hello, Stove. How's it go? Yeah, he does. That movie, the Dungeons and Dragons movie from 2000, and we're going to talk about spoilers because who cares? None of you are going to see it if you haven't already. If I remember right, you remember correctly. And that movie has a strange fascination. I'm messing up so many words today. With killing off all of the charismatic characters and leaving only the stupid bland ones behind. There's this mage lady who I'm pretty sure casts spells and is useful a total of 2 times in the movie. At 2 different intervals does she ever do anything relating to her her occupation as a mage. And we're supposed to believe that she is, like, being elevated in society as some superior being. I can understand why all the thieves and commoners are mad about how mages are all treated with special privilege, because they don't do anything. Mages are supposed to be these important people. But she sucks. And the only reason Marlon Wayans dies is because the mage lady, who could have cast magic, took so long to do it that he decided to sacrifice himself in a moment of need to save his friend and the mage lady for some reason. And then, of course, the Jeremy Irons character. I don't remember the name. All I see whenever it was on screen was Jeremy Irons. He dies because he's the villain, of course. And then there's this other guy. What's his freaking name? I'm gonna remember. Bring me to the IMDb page. We got Damodar, who is the henchman of Jeremy Irons. Profion, that's right. The main villain's name is a freaking gastrointestinal. It's like some kind of medicine. Take a handful of Profion and then go back about a week later, see what's going to have a follow-up. Y'all ever have a proton pump inhibitor? Just have some Profion. There you go. Bruce Payne plays Damodar. Damodar, really, everyone really tries in this movie, which is wild to me. Nobody phoned it in when they really should have. There was this dwarf character, apparently. His name is Elwood, which is funny because the only way you figure that out is because some other characters say it. He never introduces himself. There's a dwarf character in this movie who does not need to be there. He shows up at some point because our heroes stumble onto a pile of garbage that he's sleeping on or something. And then he just decides to follow them around, and he has all these, like, moments that seem like they could be dramatic if they were in a movie that made sense. Where he's like, I have to come with you guys now. I have no choice. It's like, no, you really don't have to. And then he's just there with them for the rest of the movie, doing nothing, of course. Because there's only, like, 2 characters that do anything in this. Marlon Wayans being one of them. God rest his soul. What was his character's name while I have this open? Oh yeah, his character's name was Snails. Kristen Wilson plays an elf lady with probably the most egregious boob plate that I have seen in terms of fantasy armor in a while. She has apparently not... Oh boy, I can sort of understand why. This lady has not acted in anything since 2011, with her last acting role appearing to be something called Mega Python vs. Gatoroid, so it makes sense. I'm sorry that she went out with a whimper. That's a little sad. Best known for playing Dr. Doolittle's wife. Let me see if I can find her character. She was there. Let me see if I can find a really... Yeah, this is probably the best picture we're gonna get of it. This is wild. They're just out there, man. I don't even know if I could show this on Twitch. It's so defined here. Look at that. That's so stupid. That would do nothing for anyone. If you're looking to distract the enemy, then maybe. That's absurd. This is one of the worst examples of this that I have ever seen. They're so clearly defined. This is World of Warcraft here, bikini armor almost. It's rough. Oh, look, somebody's doing fan art. Hello, Gyaro. Don't do that. Don't lick the father. He's a married man. Here's the dwarf character. If you're looking for the most substance that this dwarf character brings to the table, just imagine him looking into the camera with this face exactly. And that's like 90% of his screen time. Just looking right at the camera. Here he is, wistfully looking into the camera. Here he is again, looking at... looking around. Oh, into the camera. Squid. Yeah, that's it. This is all he does. This is a much better dwarf character. From a much better movie. Let's get out of here. I'm sick of looking at this movie. Anyway, Marlon Wayans gets hucked out a window like 3 stories into the ground and dies on impact. But it's fine because the movie has an ending with sequel bait where he is supposedly revived. The elf lady character tells our protagonist not to have any questions and instead accept the gift. And then him and the rest of the party teleport somewhere and they set up a sequel. And then there is a Dungeons & Dragons sequel to this movie, but it's set 100 years after that movie. So they messed up their sequel bait. They couldn't even do that right. It's like, oh, we're going to follow up in the second movie. We're going to go see Marlon Wayans' character again. It's like, no. Probably because nobody wanted to come back and do this movie after the box office numbers hit. The only character that is consistent across the first and second original Dungeons & Dragons movie is Damodar, the henchman, who also gets flung out of a building. But I guess he lives somehow. And Damodar has the most beautiful shade of lipstick on. And it's very distracting. It's like bright blue. It's pretty insane, actually. Also, that movie falls into the trap of villainizing bald people, which I am a very huge sympathizer with recently, on account of my own hairstyle choices. Every villain in that movie is a bald person. Except for Jeremy Irons. There's like a Thieves Guild master, he's bald, Damodar's bald, the genocidal maniac warrior. The dwarf who does nothing is bald, and isn't that even worse than being a villain in some ways? Doing nothing at all. Evil people win when good people do nothing. Shigeru Miyamoto. I think he said that one. No, that ain't how arms do. I think I had it better the first time. This is some freaking armpit here, dude. I gotta be careful. I can't give this away for free. Some people they gotta scope out the Patreon for this panel or something. These large, billowy sleeves, they appear right in there. I've been streaming for 40 minutes already. Line art takes so long for me. I'm just excited that my sleep schedule seems to be back in order. However borked it may be, at least it's consistent again. As long as I can wake up relatively close to stream time and not at an hour later, or 2 hours later, or 3 like that one time. That was bad. And my stream is all up now because OBS is infinitely more stable than Streamlabs. Everything is going great. The only time I notice myself dropping frames these days is when I'm uploading a stream when I should not be, because I should have just done that before, but no. Anyway, speaking about Dungeons and Dragons movie, the new one, the newest one, it's not even that old. It came out like last year, didn't it? It's like very recent. I would say that one is pretty good. It's not, it's crazy because when it came out, you can tell everybody's expectation was that it was going to be god-awful. Because it was mediocre, in my opinion. It's like a 7 out of 10 at its best moments. Cat ear mode, alright. But because it wasn't so awful, like its predecessors before it, people were like, oh my god, it's actually competent. This has got to be this is a 10 out of 10 movie. It's perfect. It's like, no, it's not, but I understand where your excitement came from. Realizing that it wasn't a piece of total garbage and actually had references in it. One of the only Dungeons and Dragons references of the 2000s movie was the fact that there was a beholder, and all it does is, like, look around suspiciously and then float off screen, and then we never see anything in Dungeons and Dragons specific ever again. Alright, let me hydrate. I'm so tempted to just slurp into the microphone every time, but I will refrain. How else do I prove that I drank anything? I just don't get it. I don't like this. Why fish making dinner? I can finally speak. Well, welcome in. Sailor, well. I don't know. Jarnathan was pretty great. How dare you make me remember Jarnathan? I did not want to remember Jarnathan. He gets done dirty in that movie, though. Jarnathan deserved better. Let's all be real. See, I'm a fan of the Gamers and Gamers Dorkness Rising movie. Is this a real thing? Or did you make that up? I like that the adventuring party wasn't a gaggle of smarmy asshole. Yeah, we only had one. And he was a father. So he grounded it. So he's grounded himself. You know, it was fine. He's like, oh, this guy's a smarmy asshole. But no, he's a loving, caring father who just wants his child. Did he mute himself? I didn't mute myself. I'm here. You guys can hear me, right? You got Michelle Rodriguez, of course, playing a strong lady, which is correct. You're supposed to do that. Just a minute of movement without him talking? Oh, I don't know. Weird. Everything seems to be in order. Onigiris are so good. Pardon me. Oh, God. I have not actually had onigiri. I can improve a lot, but God, you're making them? You're making rice ball? The only time I've seen onigiri is when I look at the comparison images between how anime has censored it. Like in Pokemon, if a character has onigiri. Instead, no, 4Kids says you have a cheeseburger now. And it's very funny. The Gamers Dorkness Rising 2008. Oh my god, it's real. It's real, and I recognize nobody's name in the cast list. Most of them don't even have portraits. Oh my god, they have no headshots. Oh my god. No, what was the no in reference to? The Gamers. Sent on a quest to rescue a princess, 4 clueless players must guide their characters through dangerous forests, ancient ruins, and past the girl next door. Oh, man. Now, this first one has a 7.5 out of 10, which is absolutely crazy to me, because that's, like, actually good. And the second one has a 7.3. Are these movies good? What the heck? I would not have expected this. Hero, are these movies good? Have you introduced me to a new rabbit hole? I love them. That's great. The concept seems so destined to fail that the fact that they're actually decent is crazy to me. Super nerdy worthwhile. The Gamers is first and shorter. I might have to look into those now. filmed as one would picture themselves as characters and made a movie. It's hilarious. Oh, so it's kind of like it's kind of like Konosuba, where it's like everything feels like a parody of itself. I'm kind of into that. That's another piece of, while we're talking about media recommendations, if you all like, or if you all hate isekai, rather, like me, I recommend watching Konosuba, because it's basically like a YouTube parody, if it was official. He asked if we could hear you. Oh, I see, and you were being a bad person. You were being like a rude guy, trying to lie to me. Being some kind of ne'er-do-well. Sorry if I pardon my French. Is that a French? No, it's not. It's just that they remove a letter with an apostrophe, and that's very French in language to me. Something dual. What did you say? What did I say? Yeah, I can't remember anything that comes out of my mouth. Like 4 seconds after it happens. Now, I'll try to remember, but we'll see. It's all stream of consciousness up here, or else I would get hung up on everything that I say. The Gamer's Shadow Menace? There's so many of them. Hands of Fate 2013? They're making these, like, recently. The anime I was talking about was Konosuba. That one's good. I like the first two. Fair enough. That's usually how it goes. If you're lucky with a franchise, you might get 2 decent entries out of it. Azure loves Konosuba. It's so good. And the dub is crazy because it feels exactly like a YouTube parody just brought to life with a bigger budget. Just like somebody paid for it. I haven't seen a series with the vibes quite like Konosuba since that time that all the voice actors for Ghost Stories lost their mind and just decided to do whatever they wanted. What an absolute ridiculous situation that one is. Trying to figure out how this hand should be positioned. I awaken. Hello, Swan. Welcome in. Swan, we're talking about bad movies. Particularly the Dungeons and Dragons one from the 2000s. Be more excited? No, I refuse. And the newer Dungeons and Dragons movie, I was talking about that as well. The movie was great, don't lie. No. I can't fully address it. I won't give it that credit. I will, however, reiterate the fact that Marlon Wayans was an actual decent part. He was the most charismatic part of the movie, and they ruined him. They threw him out of a building. Jeremy Irons was also giving it everything he had. All of his Juilliard training. All of his staged theatrical production experience was going into that. They defenestrated him. And Jeremy, that's true. All of the charisma in that movie was stripped away. I talked about how mad the sequel bait made me. His hand is large, by the way. Can we not draw a freaking yaoi hand, please, Zotan? We don't need to draw that kind of crowd to Webtoon. It's already a bunch of teenage girls, just demographically speaking. I do not need to put that kind of heat on me. You still loved the movie. Gabina, hello, Halber, welcome in. I'm happy today, Gabina. Well, why is that, Halber? Why'd you come here and ruin it for yourself? Why would you do that? You could be out, I don't know, buying like a cake or like a small personal cake or something. Make it even better. Turn a great day even better. A friend and more of the I see. That is good. Yeah, at that point, I'd be buying cake. Well, actually, I'd be making cake. Because that's how I do. This thumb is a little too short. Notan is happy too. Why am I happy? I'm never happy. Grr. I won't be happy until this comic is being released regularly. Then you guys might hear my disposition shift a little bit. Right now, I'm kind of in a purgatory state. I'm awake. You misses. Does it really only take that long? Just a day? I'm gonna delete all my clips. So you better archive that one into your hard drive if you want it. Every day. Hey. Also, for those of you who haven't been here in a bit, we have some quote bot stuff now. I'm thinking about adding the gambling stuff into the commands. But so far, all I have follow age. That's a fun one you guys can mess around with every now and then. I have quotes, and then nothing else too fancy right now. But quotes and follow age have always been fun for me to look at. I don't have many quotes right now. Oh yeah, that one's bad. Don't read that one. That one's out of context. I only added it because Magpie told me to. That one's gonna show up a lot. I only have like 4 quotes right now. Oh yeah, also I've been wearing the cat ears. And I remembered, in an almost timely fashion, to remove them. Get those out of here. Anyway, let's focus on this dad's chiseled bod for a sec, and while I distract you. I've left them up. At top, I have a procedure in an hour I have to get ready for. See y'all later. Thanks for stopping in, Garo. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Hope everything goes smooth. Get your mode again. Fine. Go on, get. See if I wear this blanket ever again. I will. I'm gonna wear it a lot. I'm doing it right now. It's a very good blanket. Swan, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love the embroidered image that I'm assuming is going to be right in there. Like one of those blankets I was talking about last time. You don't have a cooldown on cat ear mode? Just saying, I don't think I need it. I don't think many people are gonna be as about it as you would be. All right, we'll pencil that in for 20 minutes, which means I will accidentally forget, and then I'll do it for like 80 minutes for the rest of the stream, and then I'll try turning it off. Why is this arm so much bigger than it needs to be, dude? We gotta shrink this on down. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what proportions are. I don't think anybody does. There, that's better. I like my blanket more than you. No, you're not. Mine's got my name in it. So there's no way you're gonna like something better than I like something with my name on it. I'm like a huge narcissist. That's one thing you guys don't know about me. I definitely love myself so much and don't hate everything about me. No deeply unhealthy self-loathing here. Nope. Can we draw this circle? There we go. Honestly, if you do get a blanket ever with like one of those hugely like embroidered animal pieces on it, those illustrations basically, like a woven tapestry that serves as a blanket, I will be jealous. Hugely jealous of something like that. I'm getting mixed messages. I feel like I've inspired many people to say that to me. Finn said that before at some point. You've said it now. I'm a mysterious person. That's part of my allure. Nobody quite knows what I'm talking about. That's how I got to affiliate. Being all mysterious and stuff, for sure. Definitely not because Garo hard carried me. On their back. I think this hand is a little off. don't like how much that song started sounding like Octopus's Garden for a second there. You all heard it too, right? Just for like a second, I heard it. Get out of here, Ringo Starr. No one likes your music. I'm just kidding. Somebody likes it. Have you guys seen Ringo Starr's paintings, by the way? Chris! Hello. Welcome in, Ray Doors. I have exactly one emote with which to defend myself. Let me just get that real quick. Oi, oi, oi. How's it going, Chris? What were you doing? Oh, there he is. The man of the hour. Playing some Frog Vampire Survivors. I do like Vampire Survivors. Painting, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Oh yeah, I was going to bring that up. You guys are here just in time. You can see, you know Ringo Starr, right? World famous musician. Arguably one of the most influential musicians, part of one of the most influential bands of all time. So, if you're willing to, just take a gander at some of his other ventures in the artistic sphere, in the creative space, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised to know that they are, in fact, the worst. I believe he made these in MS Paint. Why'd I say NF? Probably because NFT, which was on screen. It's actually on screen right there. You look at that. Ringo Starr's new NFT art. Which is sad to hear. You either, you know, die a hero, whatever, etc., etc. Octopus Guard, yeah, I was just talking about it. Favorite song? No, it's not. No, it is not. Don't even at me with that. What? $50. What? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. $1,200. It's in stock, by the way. You guys could be the proud owner of Walt $50. And all you have to pay is $1,200. Seems like a little bit of a discrepancy there. It might be an error on their website. Now, let's break this down. Hair. Going under the chin. Somehow. Is this a bonnet? I don't think so. Why would it be textured the same as the hair and the same color? Yeah, it's great. I don't believe you. If it is your favorite song, that's fine. But I feel like I don't believe you. You got Your Baby for $3,800 in stock. Let's just go to the website. This is the Rock Art Show. These are in so many different galleries. What the heck? There's Redbubble. You could probably get a Redbubble version of it for, yeah, $26. Which even still feels like too much, to be honest with you. Beatles drummer puts computer art on display. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? There's another classic. That one's pretty good. Ringo Starr receives French medal for artwork. What is happening? Why does the universe reward this behavior? Just because he's famous? Ringo Starr art. Here, let's go to the actual thing. He's having a great time. I'm glad he's drawing. He's trying to sell the pieces for thousands of dollars, Swan. No AI or nothing. I wish it was AI at this point. That's not true. I'm speaking out of pocket. Somebody hold me back. Right? Enter the gallery. Paintings. Oh no, I feel bad. 100% of Ringo's proceeds benefit the Lotus Foundation. Oh no! He got away with it! It's for charity, everyone. Now I can't even make fun of the prices. Got a raid and go, but much love, Chris. The Rise downloads, we could do it next week. Let me know what time is good for you. You put it for $50? I mean, oh, it's gone now. A merch table. See? Punk. What am I? I think that was the... I guess the original being sold by the gallery was different. I'm not even sure what these are. Did he make these? Make fun, keep doing fun of it. Also, hello. Hello, welcome in. I can't make fun of him. It's for charity now. Also, these are posters. These are not his paintings. I gotta say, where's this? I want to see the original stuff. Is it posters? Oh, yeah, these are just posters. I want the original paintings that he was charging, like, way too much money for. That's just the book. Yeah. I gotta know what this is all about. A lithograph, limited edition. Ringo started painting with acrylics at a young age, but it was not until the 1990s when he was introduced to oil paint that he felt comfortable as an artist. He experimented with colored pencils, acrylic paints, and oils, and began designing on the computer while in hotel rooms. His computer art became his preferred medium because of its immediate effect. $1,800. What day would be good for you by chance? Oh, do you have a session? Well, who knows? Go on the dark side, make fun of the charity, and then again of the art. No, I'm going to keep making fun of the art, but the charity, no. I can't do that. That's how these rich people get away with doing stuff like this. It's for charity, guys. Oh, now I can't make fun of it. I have a set schedule.